Yo. Yo. Ready?
Silver Life.
Silver Life. One more time.
Silver Life.
Y'all know what time it is. Let a few people get in here.
Silver Life.
Man, it's been a long day, man. Welcome back to another segment of Silvy Said. It's our Monday stream. This stream, we usually go over some personal stories of mine or some entertainment news. So today I chose to go over, since right now my shorts are getting a ridiculous amount of traction right now. And shout out to YSL Woody, because I've been posting some shorts of him and it's been getting a lot of traction. So I just thought it'd be interesting for tonight's segment to go over some of what's been going on with YSL Woody and see if I can't cater to the hundreds of thousands of people that have been tapping into my shorts and engaging and commenting and just really enjoying that segment of what I'm that portion of what I'm putting out. And see if we can't cater to them tonight on Silvy Said. So basically you already know how we start out. You guys know I'm so Silvy.com, truckers. This is exclusive. It hadn't dropped yet. It's dropping in April, but you already know we got the SLOR kicks out. Just go right over here, actually. I'm so Silvy.com. We got the new runners out. My runners will be here at the end of the week. Boom. Make sure y'all go copy y'all some runners for the 210. We got men's, women's, the original SLORs, the OG SLOR, the forest SLORs, the dark SLORs right here, which are my current favorite for the 120. Get you some of these right here. These are just sick. You can get them with the black gums, the black soles, or the white soles. I mean, they're both just crazy to me. And again, like, I'm always proud of my designs and my drops. However, I can confidently say, like, this stuff is crazy just because of the amount of feedback I've gotten in real time, in real life. About these new drops. So I made the customs for SLOR season, and I made the customs for SLOR season for last fall, and that's why we have our OG forest SLORs. And then I got just amazing feedback, so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna push it. We're gonna keep this colorway for now, and they're limited. So once this colorway is gone, it's gone. So you guys get them while you can. So welcome back to another segment of Silvy Said. Like I was saying, like, I'm getting tons of love from my shorts. I'm gonna go over the shorts. I've been posting some YSL Woody shorts. And I bring a very unique perspective to the shorts I put up. I just don't put up random stuff just to put it up. Like, it's stuff that provokes thought. And I don't have a dog in a fight, you know, and I'm not promoting or endorsing any of this stuff. I just simply, I'll watch something, I'll have a thought about it, and then I'll put it up. And I had a Woody video last summer when I did an activation get like 2 or 3 million views. I think it's like at 2 or 3 million views. Let me see. Let me see. But the point is, like, there's a ton. I get a ton of engagement from people enjoying my content, and so I want to cater to you guys today. So like, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Was that 72K? This is all the way back 6 months. Like, I think I started the activation July. Alright, so yeah, I'm tripping. So alright, so it's 1.3 million on this one here. But I mean, collectively, I almost like 9-10 million since 55K. Likes.
Don't get scared now.
I know my thing's in the way,
Yeah. Don't get scared.
but we're not going.
Oh,
over
Woody,
shorts today.
he came around.
We're gonna check this out because I wanted to watch this. I didn't have time to watch it. So basically, Traplore Ross, he's a European dude that, like, basically, he's the same guy they called King Von.
The average
like a
team
serial
spends
killer or whatever.
50% of their time.
An aliver person or whatever. So Trap got more evidence than Fulton County. So like, that's one of the comments on this video, and since you guys are big fans of Woody or not,
Work about
I think it'd
work.
just be cool
That's a
to,
lot of dollars down the
to
drain.
watch this
Take a
with you
look
guys
at
and
any.
see what you guys.
Kenneth
have to
Copeland,
say, so.
better known as Lil Woody or YSL Woody, was born in 1991 in Atlanta as the seventh child of a huge family of 10 kids. Woody would spend some of his early formative years in the infamous Bowen Homes projects in the Bankhead neighborhood on the west side of Atlanta, aka Zone 1. These projects also producing such key Atlanta rap figures as Shorty Low.
It's your boy Shout Lo, and I'm finna take you out through, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from, where I was born and raised, the project. It's called
Don't mind me. I'mSoSilvy.com. Just an unobtrusive reminder to go to I'mSoSilvy.com and check out the merch. We're checking out some Lil Woody YSL trial stuff today on Silvy Said. I got me some good Mary Max. I'm in the A. You guys know what it is. So I'm going to have some of this banana pudding while we watch this.
home.
I want to see in the comments though, yay or nay, are you a fan? Are you a fan of YSL Woody? And not, are you a fan of the man? Alright, well yeah, alright, so like, I have a two-part question. One, are you a fan of Woody? You a fan of YSL Woody? Woody versus Woody, whatever you want to call it. We're going to call him Woody, because that's his name, Woody. If you, in Atlanta, you know his name is Woody. I purposely held back from speaking on this forever. So it's one of my first times, and I'm not going to get into depth about Atlanta stuff. We're just going to stick with the internet stuff. So, but his name is Woody, and yeah, we're going to check him out. One, are you a fan of Woody? And two, are you a fan of what Woody's actions, right? What he was able to accomplish, or what he accomplished, or how do you feel about like what he did? Because he speaks on it. Go look at the shorts. We're going to check it out. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about Woody, man.
We're pulling up on it right now, so we think you to turn in, let you slip. You know what I'm saying? Born home, it's like born home. It's an artist itself. This is the part, man, when I was born and raised. See right here, I'm gonna pull up and let you see it. It was my home. My grandma died right here. I seen it towed out of there.
Bowen Homes would receive particular fame in 2008 when it became a battleground between Shorty Low and another Zone 1 rapper T.I. As Shorty Low would question if T.I. is even really from Bankhead, even going around the projects asking people if they'd ever seen him.
Yeah, okay, this is an interview for YouTube right now, 'cause I know they might be on YouTube. Look, if anybody know T.I., 'cause I know everybody at the school or
This is a throwback, and RIP Shorty Low, because those of you that are from the A or have been here at least 10-15 years, y'all know who was really doing what where. And Shorty Low was one of the one of the guys over in Bowen Homes, like Traplore Ross says. So, but it's just wild to see him coming at Tip like this. This is before trolling. Like this guy's dead serious. Like they're trying to figure out the entertainment business in real time. You know, this is like hello, you know, like 2000s, like so like yeah, like this was before, this is like after Outkast. The South has something to say, you know, like New York still had a grip hold on hip hop. So, you know, this is when we had those jingle and dance songs, you know, the Soulja Boy era, figuring it out in real time. And it's a far cry from what we have today, but it's just wild to see him coming at Tip expeditiously.
Didn't like them. So I got a reward, man. If y'all send me the yearbook pictures or something that's showing where he from, man, I will pay y'all personally, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a check for you. Any information on where T.I. went to school at, the yearbook, or where he grew up at, man, you know what I'm saying? We trying to find out, man, where he from, man. Have you seen him? This L.O. I'm Mr. Bankhead. We want to know, man, how y'all seen T.I.? Is he from Bankhead?
Man, we ain't seen him no when he...
I'm not gonna cap. I've seen T.I. on Bankhead. Me personally, I've seen T.I. on Bankhead. I've seen his uncle on Bankhead, and for sure, I've seen his kids on Bankhead. Well, at least I've seen King on Bankhead. And I'm not even talking about at the Trap Museum, which is on the of Hollowell, on the corner of Bankhead and Howell Mill. I'm talking about Bankhead. Like, down by Crucial. Alright, we're not gonna go to it. Go ahead.
Bricks, man. The real, man.
He claims, we know the man claims, I'm come from one hood to the other hood.
Man, we already know who you be, shot a little baby, man. Why you say you pull up in that bank, yeah, they already know.
already know, man.
They already know who you be, man.
But T.I. was not about to let the disrespect slide, and later that year he would come out with possibly one of the hardest diss tracks in Atlanta history, the infamous What Up, What's Happening, which would be released with a music video showing T.I. hanging out in the Bowen Homes like he owned the place. Woody, on the other hand, would move out of Bankhead long before this iconic beef due to his father unfortunately passing away in the early 2000s when Woody was just about 10 years old, causing his mother to move the family back to their original stomping grounds in the Mechanicsville neighborhood.
Bull still had ties in Bankhead though, until like all the way up until, you know,
downtown Atlanta, where they would rely on government.
But he's for sure a Mechanicsville kid.
Distance
Guy.
Mother's
Carver Holmes type shit.
to get by, their home allegedly doubling as a trap house.
Well, we were surviving out the government. We got checked from, you know, our daddy passing, food stamps, just like every other kid in the neighborhood. And, you know, my mom was a hustler.
Okay. I think you mentioned on No Jumper that it was a trap house at one point.
I did.
Yeah. So was it?
Not like a trap house, like like you know how you get a trap house? But I guess so, to a certain extent.
Traumatic events would seemingly characterize
Not a
Woody's
trap house,
childhood,
but
as he would reveal to
trap
DJ Vlad how he had also suffered a serious brain injury around this time that left him with lasting disabilities.
I had a head injury, so I really wasn't aware as much as a 10-year-old would be aware.
What do you mean by head injury?
When I was a kid, I rode a big wheel down the steps and crashed my head right here.
Okay.
I lost my memory, my speech,
See, that's the
my
thing, y'all
hearing.
don't
The
know.
injury forced him into special ed classes, even learning sign language in case he would go completely
He's
deaf.
came a
So they
long
was
way.
like, they tried to prepare me like if I was to go completely deaf, I know sign language. But that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know sign language?
Yeah, I
Still?
do.
Okay.
Some years later, in 2008, tragedy would strike again when Woody's mother passed away, leaving Woody without any parental guidance at only 17 years old, which would cause him to separate from his family, getting kicked out of school and hitting the streets full time.
2008, I lost my mom. When I lost my mom, I was just like, well, you know, this the only person that care about me. This is what my life was based off my mom. She the only one had that control over me. So when she died, I removed myself from the rest of my family and just took to the streets.
Already the following year in 2009, a 17-year-old Woody had his first serious run-in with the law as he was arrested and charged for carrying a concealed weapon, a charge that he apparently took for his friend.
Why were you carrying a gun during this time?
I actually wasn't carrying. It's old, so somebody else had it. I took it from him because I seen the police going after him. But somebody else was watching me and seen me take it from him.
Oh, so you're trying to help your friend out, basically.
I helped somebody out.
Right. And in turn, you caught a gun charge.
Yeah, and they
Over the next few years, Woody's life would spiral further as he would keep going to jail numerous times for various charges like theft, carrying a weapon, battery, obstruction, aggravated assault, participation in a criminal street gang, and even making terroristic threats. This likely being around the time when Woody was allegedly running with the DRC clique, aka the Robin
Come on,
Crew.
guys,
In
let's get
2013, Woody
Let's get 10 super chats on YouTube. I just posted my goal.
You found a place of complete
Here we go, man.
You ordered.
Alright,
13, Woody would truly get pushed over the edge due to the death of his best friend DB, who was killed in a drive-by.
After he got killed, you said, I had to go terrorize. What does that mean?
exactly what it sounded like it meant.
Driven by grief and anger, from here, Woody would develop a fearsome reputation in the streets of Atlanta, and it was this reputation that also seemingly caught the attention of none other than Young Thug, who would end up inviting Woody to become part of his entourage.
And how'd you guys initially meet?
He just called me out of the blue. I knew him. I knew of him. You feel me? Everybody from Atlanta knew of him as he was coming up. And I've been around him a few times, shot dice with him. But he just called me out of the blue one day, like, hey, come see me. You want to go on shows with me? And, we went from there.
Interestingly, in his No Jumper interview, Woody would even seem to insinuate that him meeting Thug had something to do with the infamous incident of Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop getting shot at.
That barbershop don't have nothing to do with, nothing. You feel what I'm saying? That barbershop just on some bankheads type stuff.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I grew up in Bourne Home, so.
So he didn't have a reason to go out and just go on stage and say that. He was just really just choosing sides.
So when the barbershop happened, Thug and Rich Homie was cool. To be honest, that's how me and Thug got together.
Yeah, so how did you meet Thug?
I guess you didn't get him.
Through Rich Homie? Break it down again.
If you're commenting on Twitch, I'm gonna have to change the color of the text.
But not everyone around Thug would welcome Woody with open arms, as YSL Mondo would tell
in.
DJ Vlad after he saw that Thug was beginning to associate with guys like Woody who hadn't been there from the start.
All
He
are
decided
welcome
to fall
here.
back, perhaps predicting some of the problems that street guys like Woody would be
Oh
bringing
yeah,
around.
YSL Mondo.
Now, you said you never really hung around Lil Woody, but
Never.
there was a time where you saw him in the studio with the Young Thug.
Yeah, I've seen him one time.
Yeah.
And I never went back around ever since then. Like,
So
literally.
you never went around Young Thug because of Woody?
I'm well, okay. Every time that I knew he was, when I seen he was hanging with
Y'all
these
heard
type of
the,
group of guys, I'm like, cause it was.
If y'all heard the Silvy Season album 2 years ago, there was a song, I think it was War, and I was like, let's take it back, way back when there's a wave cat. Wait. What was I like? Oh yeah. Something to like catch me off Cascade with Mondo in the trap. Now let's take it back, way back when niggas were wave caps. In my hair with your girl likes on wigs. Never fought with no wigs. Just show me a good place to skate at. iPod auxiliary, hood to an 8-track. See some nice stairs and you know I'ma skate that. Land on the boats all in hopes not to break that. Real skater straight facts. I'm a real skater straight facts. Know that they hate that they can't say I can't rap. They know that I got goons that push their cat way back. So it make them stay way back. They hate that I keep a smile straight where my face at. SLOR, that's the team. I'm the king. You can never replace that. Yeah, man. So I did. Yeah, that's who I was talking about.
Weird to me. We don't like, where did these guys come from? They went around back then. Like, they just popped up now that you got. So I don't operate like that. Like, I look at it like, man, bro, what was when we didn't have nothing? Now y'all jump on the bandwagon when we in rotation. Now we got money now. Y'all want to come around. So that type I don't be with. I can't tell him who to hang with. So I just fell back. Like, every time I know brother around or them the extra around, I don't want to be around. I'm cool.
However, as Woody would recollect with Brian Steele during the trial, his time in Thug's entourage only lasted about a year between 2014 and 2015, during which time Woody became sort of like an enforcer for Young Thug, something that even earned him a mention in the hit song Halftime, where Thug raps that if anybody messes with him, Woody will come and shoot them in the head.
Going back to 2014, going into 2015, you met Jeffrey Williams for a short period of time. You were, my word would be hanging out with him, but that's a bad word. That you were in his company and he was in your company, a short period of time. Is that fair to say? Right. And when you met him, you already said that he was very popular. Yes. True. Is it fair to say that you and he knew each other, but like after your birthday, in July of 2014 and really stopped because you were in custody anyway by July 2015. That's the period of time that you knew each other. Is that true?
No, I didn't. From 2014, I met him like at the end of 2014.
And then you already told the jury, but you got locked up a lot. The police kept locking you up in January, February, March, April, May, and then June. You were locked up in federal custody for 51 months. True?
Yes.
Okay. And that's really the only period that you knew Jeffrey. It's
Yeah.
the only time that you were around him or he was around you. True?
We wasn't together every day. I was out in the neighborhood.
Jeffrey never had the pleasure of having you featured in one of his songs. Is that true?
No, I ain't never been in his song.
Okay. And Jeffrey never was featured in one of your songs. Is that true?
No, me and him don't have music together.
But he did
Silver Light.
put you in one song of his. You know the song Halftime?
Silvy.com.
I'm listening.
Silver Light.
Do you remember the line, and I'm not saying this a quote, but something effective, if you mess with me, Woody will come up and pop in the noggin. And if that's not a quote, I'm not trying to misquote it, but that's what is that something like what it says in that song?
Yeah.
And the song is Halftime, right?
Yes.
Wildly popular song?
Yes.
However, as Woody will claim, he was anything but happy about this shout-out, because while the song had allegedly been made in 2014, when everything was still good between them, it was only released in April 2015, during a time when Woody was in a tricky spot in the streets. He found himself at the center of a violent feud between YSL and the Atlanta branch of the Inglewood family's blood gang. As mentioned before, this feud allegedly began in late 2014 and saw Woody's personal conflict with Big Nut's brother Shell Kell, aka Kelvin Watts, playing a big role in the back and forth violent encounters that would ensue. Not long after, the Inglewood family's second in command and the man behind the careers of Rich Homie Quan and YFN Lucci, Donovan Big Nut Thomas, would be killed in a brutal drive-by shooting. And while no one knew for sure who killed Nut, suspicion immediately fell on YSL, particularly Woody, whose girlfriend's parents' house would be shot up already the same night that Nut was murdered. These events led Woody to make perhaps the most consequential decision of his life, as at this point he began cooperating with police. There would initially be a murder charge against Woody himself, but these would eventually be dismissed. However, Woody would still remain on the Atlanta PD's radar, and already the following month in February, he would once again find himself in their custody, eventually getting released in mid-March. This helps to explain why Woody wasn't exactly thrilled when he would hear that Thug was labeling him as a shooter in his newest songs.
You learned that the police was using that song. They asked you about that song.
No, they told me.
Yeah.
One of them told me that I think I had got out, I got out one of the jails and they got me the next day. And they were like, yeah, man, now you at the top of our radar. It was something like, and he pissed me off when he said it.
They snatched him
He
up.
being the detective.
Said he was on
No,
the
it wasn't no
radar.
detective, it was the police.
Okay. The police officer upset you when they
I think it was Dennis that said it. It was one of them that said it to me.
A month later, in April 2015, at the height of the alleged war between YSL and the Inglewood families, which had allegedly led to dozens of shootings and several murders, Woody would walk into Dunbar Center Gymnasium with a loaded Diamondback 223 assault rifle tucked inside a H&M shopping bag, which he would then leave on the bleachers while he played basketball, prompting a concerned citizen to call the police, who would then arrive, finding the rifle in the bag, and later arresting Woody, who would eventually be hit with federal charges, landing him in prison for several years. The police would also find out that the rifle had actually been purchased by Quindarius Zachary, also known as YSL member Lil D, who would later end up being one of the many state's witnesses in the YSL RICO trial. Woody would eventually be released in late 2019, and at the beginning of 2020, he would attempt to follow in the footsteps of Young Thug, beginning to drop his own music, starting with a song aptly
Started rapping.
As a creative consultant, client relationships are key to actually growing my business.
If y'all haven't seen it down, like seen
aptly
what
called
it's
First
like,
Day Out, and despite being a snitch,
like these people was trying, like they were trying to get out, like for real. Like you're talking about
scenes, the song included self-incriminating
y'all know.
lyrics where he rapped that he would have people killed.
And I don't condone any of the stuff that's going on, but that went on, and or the way that some of these individuals went about it. But I am saying I've seen Atlanta, and I've seen parts of Atlanta, and I've seen a certain demographic of people be oppressed in a way and not really know much of like what goes on in the world. So like their perspective and idea of success or winning is a little skewed. And they get their lumps and bruises. They go through their growing pains, and they go through them differently. This is extremely high profile version of it, but part of me is glad that the world does get to see something similar, like, because people probably wouldn't even know what goes on. They would just judge these people, but these people's lives have been blasted and broadcasted and combed through by a judge and jury. So it provides perspective at the end of the day, at the least. And nobody's locked up behind this stuff. It's just misled young guys trying to get out. Baby dropped the bag on Cleveland after Wayne wanted to hang it up, or they did the Drake thing. Drake got in with Lucien, and then they did the little back and forth thing with the Young Money, Cash Money thing, and Baby hooked up with people in the A, and he dropped the bag in the gutter, and that's what came out. So.
That YSL run Atlanta. In March, Woody would even release a full mixtape, humbly titled I Am the Streets, showing that Woody was leaning heavily on his reputation as a certified gangster. One of his music videos even started with a hilarious intro where Woody can be seen in a helicopter looking over Atlanta like he's goddamn Tony Montana. He was also still seemingly close with other YSL members, as Yak Gotti would actually perform at the mixtape's listening party. And in the few interviews that he would do as an up-and-coming artist, he would proudly rep the gang any chance that he got.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Rich Ent TV, man. We back in the building, we back working, we back grinding. I had to pull up on my boy Lil Woody, man. Pop up.
Sam, man.
Yo.
YSL.
Time out. Shout out Rich Ent TV, bro. Shout out Rich Ent TV, bro. Let me send my bro hey, man. Let me send bro a little screenshot right quick. So, quick story about my boy Rich. He got the hot dog spot down over at the mall. Off 285. But shout out him, man. So in film school is like maybe second semester of film school. Somebody was like they were making a movie or something, so that didn't go to the school or whatever, and it was like some girl's cousin or whatever. He made a series called Atlanta Girls. Atlanta Girls, it's premiered on some of the SLOR leaks, artist premiere interviews. Like I had an interview with the guy named Philo, New York cat, and but I'm sitting in class or whatever, and my name is ringing bells. My name ring bells all through entertainment business school, film school, and marketing school, different schools. But Rich Ent TV, man, this man been grinding. He's about the A, bro. He's about the A. He's of my generation, a little younger, but I ain't know he had to. Let me take a picture for my guy, bro. Because even the Chicago interviewer DJ U, he's shouted him out and used some of his interviews in context, and he actually did. Rich Ent TV, he actually did one of my first interviews in the A. I had mad interviews from like touring and stuff and with Cole and stuff in the Ville, but I hadn't spoke on it in the A. So I had ended up doing an interview with Rich Ent TV. He's got OG interviews of a lot of people about the A. So shout out Rich Ent TV. Like he says, we always grinding, we always working. Shout out my boy Rich. But yeah, to finish that story, like he was like waiting outside of my class one day, and he was like, "Yo, Silver Life Media, right?" And I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, I got somebody that might need an interview. You can hook him up. I'm like, bet. And it was the Atlanta Girls producer or whatever, and I gave him an interview. I gave him his first interview, but the thing that was so dope is Rich did interviews. He was doing interviews before I did any kind of show. And he was, I think he might have been, we graduated the same year in film school, but I think he would have started a little bit before me. And he definitely was doing interviews before me, because this shit is probably like before I even got to the A, you know? So to see Young Bull stay on his grind and then go on to open a successful hot dog shop, you know, and just be diverse and pivot as an entrepreneur and creative, man. Shout out Rich and Faith TV, man. Traplore Ross dropping his name, DJ U dropping his name. That's my guy, bro.
Yeah, man. Look, we the YSL for like 30
We're gonna run that part. We're gonna run that
Free
part
hand
back.
entertainment, man. Shout out to the progress report. Yeah, they Lil Woody Free Hand Entertainment.
Any chance that he got.
No, man, it's your boy Rich and Faith TV, man. We back in the building, we back working, we back grinding. I had to pull up on my boy Lil Woody, man. Pop up.
Sound, man. YSL everything, man. Yeah, man. Look, we the YSL for like 30 deep. Free hand entertainment, man. Shout out to the progress report. Yeah, they Lil Woody Free Hand Entertainment. Just jumped out of the pool with Dirty Glove Best. Slack YSL for life.
But Woody simply couldn't stay out of trouble, and soon he would find himself back in jail once again, this time staying locked up until 2021, and when he was released, he would stay out for only a few months before he was arrested again during a traffic stop after he was supposedly swerving. And while Woody technically only had a loaded magazine on him, it was enough to charge him with another weapons offense, potentially landing him up to 10 years in prison. This arrest would lead to another interrogation, one that would later leak to the public during the YSL trial in 2023. During the questioning, it would immediately become clear that this wasn't Woody's first rodeo in the interrogation room by the way that the officers were treating him. Woody spoke to law enforcement, including investigators from the DA's office that were part of the gang unit and agents from the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, making it clear that multiple agencies were closely monitoring him and YSL. The police would read Woody his charges.
Unfortunately, there's a gun in the car.
A gun with her?
In your car. I did a search warrant for the vehicle, there's a gun in the car, and you had a magazine on you when they picked you up. Federally, they can charge you with the ammunition. Statewide, you're probably going to get charged with the gun.
I'm going to get charged with the gun? Mm-hmm. There was no gun
there was a gun in the car.
They would also make it clear that they couldn't promise him anything in exchange for his cooperation.
So if you want to talk to us today, we cannot promise you anything. I can't make you any promises. Listen to me, I can't make you any promises. I can't offer you anything today. That's not what we can do.
What we can do is, if you do cooperate, we could talk to the DA and let them know you did cooperate. And that's the most that she can make a decision at that standpoint of what's going on.
But despite the lack of guarantees, Woody seemed willing to say whatever it took to save himself.
The information I had, they want to hit you right now.
I mean, we can pass it to them.
I'm saying you pass it to them. I'm thinking something going to happen today.
What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Somebody's supposed to get killed tonight.
Who?
You know who.
He offered detectives information on a murder plot that coincidentally occurred the same day as his arrest.
Look at these two right here. Like, if y'all just saw these people walking in the street, you wouldn't know that these are detectives. Like, or 12, you know what I mean? It's the wild part. Like, the guy on the right look like he, you know what I mean?
These much right here.
I did not know it. You look like the sneaky link, you know, so you never know.
I get the time when they gonna go do it. So y'all can catch me in the air.
He also painted a picture of a relentless and bloodthirsty young thug who was allegedly targeting Nut's brother, Kel.
So I've been put in bad situations. Trying to help people out, trying to stop me. He's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop till Kel did. I'm telling you now, I was just right there with him, and I seen him, like, I know him. He won him. He don't care who he is. He don't care. I'm telling you that.
At one point, he even tried to play detective himself, suggesting a sting operation while emphasizing how reckless Thug had become at this point.
What time it is?
7:04.
If I can be released before 11 to 12 o'clock.
This part is crazy.
show you how serious I am. Like to be released, let the people see me and Money coming out of jail together. People just hit the jail for whatever. Y'all can be right there to see me meet up with them and discuss it. However y'all want to take it by then, y'all see where Cuddy ran in, y'all can catch them in the act.
What do you mean?
So he not moving how he used to move. He moved different, but he wanted so bad that he's that reckless.
Woody's troubles wouldn't end here, because the following month in November, his girlfriend, a police officer.
Oh yeah, he
I
had
dare
a girlfriend
you to
that was
let me
12
build you
too.
a completely free e-commerce store
Woody was going
preloaded
crazy.
with 20 hand-picked products that are trend.
Woody was going crazy.
Friend, a police officer, was arrested for interfering with an investigation into Woody's activities.
Is the former City of South Fulton police officer accused of abusing her badge to protect her boyfriend. Investigators say 27-year-old Aaliyah Jackson, who joined the city's police force in 2019, was booked into jail last month on felony charges after she tried to interfere with a major police operation targeting Metro Atlanta's most notorious drug dealers and gang members. Following his arrest, police say that Jackson tried to delete her boyfriend's Instagram page containing photos of gang activity. She's also accused of trying to disable his phone, which police were storing as evidence.
However, by 2022, the state's gun charges relating to Woody's 2021 arrest were mysteriously dropped, just a month before the YSL members would be arrested in the giant RICO case. This move might have highlighted how heavily the prosecution were relying on the testimony of Woody, who was now expected to provide critical insights into YSL's structure, naming names and detailing specific violent acts that were linked to Young Thug. However, this was soon after followed by a leaked paperwork, which would paint Woody as the main snitch on the case. This was then followed by the leak of the 2021 interrogation video, which would show Woody snitching in 4K. Perhaps due to these leaks, on June the 7th, 2024, when it finally came time for Woody to be called to the stand, even with immunity, he would refuse to testify.
But before the jurors were called in, Copeland's attorney says his client planned to invoke his Fifth Amendment right to avoid self-incrimination.
What he has told me is that he repeatedly told the DA's office that he did not wish to cooperate, did not wish to testify.
The judge told Copeland there's an order granting him immunity, which prevents his testimony from being used against him, which means...
So you're required to testify. So, if you don't testify, the state's probably going to ask me to jail you, and I'm probably going to do that.
At this point, Woody was held in contempt, and he ended up being sent back to the Fulton County Jail.
But when the state asked exactly how old he was...
I plead the fifth.
Traplore Ross got the green screen up with the backdrop Wright Street. He got Wright Street in the back of it. He be going crazy. Like, he be going crazy. Traplore Ross be going crazy with his videos, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get you to step outside?
That's when the judge ordered
For those of you that don't know, Wright Street is Fulton County Jail.
To be handcuffed.
This court holds you in willful contempt, and we'll see you on Monday.
The following Monday, the judge would meet with the prosecution and Woody, together with his legal representation, before that day's proceedings, in a secret ex parte meeting that the defense team was apparently not made aware of. This meeting would arguably walk a thin line between simply informing Woody about the consequences of his actions on the witness stand and actually threatening Woody with consequences in order to force him to testify. Whatever the case, in the end, Woody would agree to testify. However, once back on the witness stand, he would immediately begin trolling the prosecution, giving them a taste of what was about to take place.
Do you see Shannon in the courtroom today?
Well, I got a vision problem.
Okay.
I can't see that from.
All right, so if you want to stand up and look around the courtroom and look around the entire courtroom, tell me if you see Shannon in the courtroom today. Do you need to sit down?
Nah, I can right here. They ain't had nothing to drink.
The next day, on June the 11th, Woody would continue his antics by firing his lawyer.
Sir, Mr. Copeland, is it your desire to release your counsel at this point in time?
She fired.
She's fired?
She fired.
Okay.
What I need a lawyer for?
From here on, Woody would go on to be a terrible witness to the state, commonly delaying proceedings, misinterpreting questions and instructions, and frustrating prosecutors throughout the trial.
I guess.
And when it came to Woody's many interviews with the police throughout the years, he would negatively affect the prosecution's case by claiming that he had been lying to the authorities in interviews that had dated all the way back to 2015.
Okay, let me make myself clear, right? Because you keep asking me about things I done told investigators in the past. I can't say from when
to win, but so much was going on, my name was on everything. The police kept coming to grab me. Every time they grabbed me, I had a different story for them. I know 100% facts, and I'm telling you now, I was not truthful. I was saying whatever they wanted me to say. I was saying whatever I could come up with. I was trying my best.
Everyone knows you need a lawyer after a car accident injury. But what if
Cállate.
I didn't do nothing, that I'm an innocent person, and that people put their hands on me.
But Woody's story wasn't just playing out in
Things I done told investigators in the past. From, I can't say from win to win, but so much was going on, my name was on everything. The police kept coming to grab me. Every time they grabbed me, I had a different story for them. I know 100% facts, and I'm telling you now, I was not truthful. I was saying whatever they wanted me to say. I was saying whatever I could come up with. I was trying my best to convince them that I didn't do nothing, that I'm an innocent person, and that people put their hands on me.
But Woody's story wasn't just playing out in the courtroom, because when court wasn't in session, Woody would be spotted on Instagram living his best life. Woody's testimony would eventually come to a screeching halt when the defense were able to successfully use that ex parte meeting to recuse the judge from the case, a major development that we'll discuss in more detail later. But with a new judge in place, the trial eventually resumed in August. And to everyone's delight except the prosecution, the newly appointed judge would request that Woody re-testify, with Woody this time even getting Young Thug to laugh along with his antics.
Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of If Gang to his apartment?
Thug, did you have an issue with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
Okay. Do you recall talking about the shooting?
After the state concluded their questioning of Woody, more revelations about the lie in cross-examination.
There you're saying that you gave the car to Javante, who gave it to Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you would agree that detectives Gaither and Dennis are telling you we've never even heard of Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland, Lil Mike is not a real person, is he?
No.
Brian Steele, Young Thug's lawyer, would question Woody about a jail call where he told another party that prosecutors had begged him to testify, while Woody also claimed to have never committed any crimes for Thug.
Did Jeffrey ever give you any money, ever, for committing a crime for him?
I never committed a crime for him.
That was my next question. Okay.
After finally being done testifying, Woody would then begin showing support for Young Thug publicly, and he would even start his own YouTube channel where he would post a highly emotional interview apologizing to Thug and everyone else for the pain that he caused.
But if you could walk in that courtroom and say one thing to Thug right now, what would that be?
I'm sorry.
What you sorry for?
The pain, the suffering, everything I caused on him and his family, society, the courts. I think he got the picture. I'm sorry for everything. I wish I had the strength and the mindset I have now. I'm just. I'll never forgive myself.
And the publicity from the trial began making Woody a celebrity on social media. In August 2024, he would also resurrect his music career with an incredibly titled song, I Don't Recall, which referenced his repeated use of the phrase during the testimony. He was also invited to numerous paid interviews and hood vlogs, as well as participating in several speed dating shows that garnered millions of views on YouTube, inflating his ego and his bank account. He even linked up with one of hip-hop's perhaps notorious and proud snitches, Charleston White, to collect a nice bag, something that he would often flaunt on social media. And despite his new reputation as a snitch, Woody would continue moving through the streets of Atlanta without a care in the world, seemingly trusting that his former reputation as a fearless shooter would still protect him, even though he was now a snitch.
How do you feel about people calling you, labeling you a snitch?
It's on the internet. I haven't ran to one person that said it to my face. And I ain't saying like on no gangster stuff. Like I pray that nobody don't provoke me. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I ain't mess with nobody. I ain't looking for trouble. So if I'm out and somebody walk up and say I'm a snitch or whatever, I'm slap. I'm a bust one or the other.
But in a twist that perhaps nobody could have seen coming, the trial not only pushed Woody into the spotlight as a state's witness, but also made him a celebrity. Woody's emotional breakdowns, combative exchanges, and sarcastic responses, as well as frequent lapses in memory, combined with his reluctance to cooperate despite being granted immunity, made him both highly entertaining and garnered widespread sympathy towards him from fans. But these antics also made him one of the worst star witnesses that the prosecution could have ever imagined, and his performance alone made their case infinitely weaker. But as mentioned, there was also another person in the trial whose missteps would arguably play an even bigger role in letting Young Thug eventually walk free. That person was Judge Glanville.
Oh yeah. Do y'all think Judge Glanville fumbled? I mean, obviously he got treated like he did, but you know, it's just, I mean, I'm glad it played out how it played out, man. I just hope that these guys, they don't ever resort back to the type of shit that they were on. I hope nobody does. Like, I hope, like, literally, like, the whole culture takes this example. Like, if they had any, if there's people out there that identify with this stuff, you know, or they've been hyper exposed to this type of stuff where it's normal, I hope that y'all can look at this and learn a lesson, a huge lesson, you know, a huge lesson through what Young Thug had to go through, what Woody had to go through, what Gunna had to go through, you know, what Dirk's going through, and you know, there's talks about Wham, you know, so let's just hope nothing happens to Wham. Like that, come on. Let's move forward. Let's create some good music. Let's produce some good music, some classic music. Give the people some substance, some dope, fire stuff for them to. I don't wanna say this to the damn to the commercial. Let's give the people some fire music, some substance to listen to. You know, if you guys want to start out, we got Bisolar, we got the Silvy season tape, we got the OstRich tape, Dapper Don going crazy, A1 Day One's going crazy. A wild mix of genres right here, but y'all know I started out flowing, so I'm gonna spit whenever I get a chance. So appreciate you guys tuning in on live this Monday night's segment of Silvy Said. We'll be on we'll be on a little bit later. I just wanted to make sure that I got in a story for you guys tonight on our Monday segment of Silvy Said. And yeah, hopefully by next week I have my thumbnails fixed and figured out, so you guys will know what segment is going where. But tomorrow we got we got Control S, Save the Industry. So industry news along with hot takes, topics, and my point of view via my professional take and standpoint on entertainment, fashion, and design. Again, it's your boy I'm So Silvy. I'mSoSilvy.com is where you can get all your SLOR drops and SLOR season merch. Right now, it's all limited. The colorways are going crazy. Go ahead and get you a pair. If you're on YouTube, you can click store right there on my homepage, or you can just type in your URL, I'mSoSilvy.com. You can visit SLC TV to get exclusive episodes of Artist Premiere and The Drop-In. And on Thursdays, we'll be doing our SLOR leaks of Artist Premiere and dropping various SLC TV productions. So I appreciate you guys tapping in with your boy. We're going to continue to build and grow this community. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. And yeah, so let's try to hit 20,000 subscribers before, I would say before April, but you know, that'll take some luck. But let's try. Let's try. It's your boy I'm So Silvy. That's another segment of Silvy Said.